What's going on, everybody? I know it's been a minute. Like I said the first time, I do not have stands. I just use my phone for this. There's no way that I can work on trucks and make videos all day, every day, and show you every little step that I do. I wish I could, but I can't. The only reason I'm really doing this is just to share it with a few people who ask me questions about this all the time, because a lot of guys jump into putting LS engines in vehicles, and man, it's not that they're not capable. They just jump in without the knowledge, and it's hard to find the correct things that you need and to actually find step by step of what you need to do. But this one right here is carbureted. As you see, it's come a long way since the last video. Excuse me. We got slowed down on the build due to some unforeseen things, and it's real sad, but we're back at it now, and we're back to building it. It's running now. As you can see, we ran the Holley intake to convert it to carbureted. It's 5.3 LS Gen 3. Ran that Holley intake to carbureted. We have that carburetor right now. We will end up changing it to a different carburetor. That carburetor has no choke whatsoever. That's just one I had around here just so we could go ahead and get it running. And we're running that MSD 6014. That is a cool little box. We're actually just using it for the bare minimums of what it's capable of doing. That's a cool little box. When you hook it up, you just need a hot wire to it, ground, and then you have like 5 ground wires on it. It's just best just to tie those all into one, and then just run a single wire on down and ground it out. Then you run a plug to your cam sensor, plug to your crankshaft sensor, and 1 wire to the bank on one side for the coil packs, and a wire to the other bank for the coil packs, and that's it. I mean, it teaches itself. I mean, it taught itself quick too. It was real cool. The only thing we're waiting on right now, I'm waiting on the alternator plug, because we had to order another one of those, unfortunately. I'm waiting on an alternator plug. And this header on the passenger side has to come back off, because these are they're Patriot headers, and I mean, they're actually really good headers. But this one on this side, we put it on and then got up under the truck, because this side I didn't have to get up under it to put it in from underneath. But got up under the truck, and it's sitting right on the cross member. There's no room to make an up pipe to come up over the top of the cross member to tie into the exhaust. So this header on this side is going to have to come back off, and it's going to have to be cut down. That way we can make an up pipe to tie this side into the rest of the exhaust system. But it's coming on along. It's man, it's not as bad as what everybody says it is, man. Like I said, the motor mounts, we use it's Dirty Dingo brand, but it's not the full mounts that everybody loves to use. Everybody, oh, you got to change your frame mounts, and the whole 9, man. You don't have to do that in most cases, and have to change your pinion angle and all that. In most cases. Some cases you do, but most cases you don't. You get those adapters, man, they're like $50, and they just bolt straight to the engine, and then you use your old engine mounts, like for instance, the ones that came with this truck, took the ones off the old engine and just put them on those adapters. Outside of that, we haven't ran into too many issues. The AC on the square body will be an issue, because the AC, they do make a relocator bracket for the AC, but I actually think we're going to be able to get around it. But the AC sits, I mean, it's right on the frame down there, and I mean, the line sits right on it. It's so close that it's hard. It's going to be very hard to get the lines hooked up. But if we get the lines hooked up, it'll be fine where it's at. It's not, it's about a 1/4 inch. And it'll ride right there just fine. But they do make the relocator bracket, but that ties in doing a bunch more we're trying to prevent from doing right now. But I will see if it'll crank up for y'all real quick. If the battery's got enough juice in it. Because like I said, we had it running the other day, but it's without the alternator plug, so this battery is just getting ate down as long as it's running. With these motor mounts, it did move the engine up. It moved it forward about 2 inches. So we did have to have another drive shaft made for it. But it's okay. It all got done. Let's see if it'll crank up real quick. And y'all remember this cold started. It hasn't been cranked in a few days, and that carburetor has no choke. So if it has enough juice, we'll see if it'll crank real quick. And y'all, the audio on this old phone sucks. So the video will not do the truck justice. I promise you that. Give me just a second. Think we might be about out of gas too. But anyway, you see it runs. And it actually sounds pretty dang good. Like I said, I actually love those Patriot headers. They're 1 5/8, if I'm not mistaken, primaries, 3-inch collectors, and long tubes. And they are good headers. I mean, they sound good. Like I said, the video does no justice for what it really sounds like standing out here. But we're coming on along with it. Like I said, we still got a ways to go. The fuel pump, when you get ready to do this, if you go carbureted, the best option, I know y'all heard the fuel pump come on when I turned the key on. I'm running a Holly Blue. Fuel pump on it. And I have this one set at about 7 PSI, 7.5, right around in that region. And it's doing more than good enough. Now, if you want it to be a little quieter and you don't want to hear the fuel pump up here in the front, a lot of times, you can, a lot of times I have put them on the frame rail up under the cab. And I might end up doing this one this way. I'm not sure. It doesn't bother me because, like I said, once it's running, you don't hear that fuel pump anyways. So we just have it over here on the passenger side, down low on the frame rail, up front. But like I said, outside of that, it hasn't been too bad at all. As far as going carbureted, there's not a bunch of wiring you have to do. Like I said, that MSD 6014 does it all. You just hook that up, and I mean, it's idiot proof. I mean, you can't hardly mess it up. The transmission, one thing you will need to know, and that's only if you use a 4L60 transmission or a 4L80, one of the newer style transmissions, you won't have to worry about it. But if you do use the, in this case, this is using the 350 lockup transmission, and the flywheel, You have to have a different flywheel, and you have to have what they call an adapter, which the adapter is nothing but like a bushing. It slides right in the middle of the flywheel. It just slides in, no bolts or nothing. It just slides in, and that is to keep the torque converter from, walking itself out, being too far out, to keep it back in. But outside of that, that's really all you need to know. It's like I said, we have a long ways to go on this truck. I just wanted to do an update. Y'all will be seeing a lot more on this truck, hopefully. Like I said, I just do not have the time or the ability to work and take videos at the same time and show everybody everything step by step. I wish I did, but I just don't. So just wanted to give y'all a little update. We do have some other really cool stuff. I will get another video the next day or two, because I at least want to get the start of it so y'all can see it. I already have the transmission out of it, but I got another truck, and I've had the transmission built already, and we have the new cam and valve springs in the house in the box, ready for that truck. So I do want to do a video at least the day that I pull the engine out of it this week, and then hopefully a video when I change the cam and the valve springs and then putting it back in. But it's gonna be a fresh engine, fresh transmission, and I am looking to be putting about, hopefully around 500 to the crank if I'm lucky, at least 475. But nothing serious, nothing just extreme, but it ought to shit and get. But outside of that, y'all, man, that's about everything. I will do some more videos on this truck. You'll be seeing a lot more of them. Like I said, this one we got delayed on the build, and but we're back at it now, and it's just kind of slow going on it, but we're gonna get it there. This truck has a long way to go. As you can see, it's already got different wheels and tires on it over there. Go over and see those wheels and tires. It's got different wheels and tires on it than what it had. Still got to lower the truck. Still have to lower the truck, and interior, full interior truck still has to be painted. It's got a ways to go, but we're getting there. And like I said, I have some other stuff to show y'all in the meantime while we get there. But like I said, I'm mainly just doing this to help people with these LS swaps. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again, I'm not a fan of full-blown EFI swaps. They work, they're great, but just entails quite a bit more. But either way, y'all have a good one.